Welcome to Menu Monday. New recipes every Monday. Stuck in that cooking rut? I've been there. Come join me and try some new things. I have fun in the kitchen and I hope you enjoy the video. So let's get cooking! First thing I'm going to do is get all the ingredients ready, and the onion is to be diced, so I'm going to do that first. Diced, chopped, however you want to call it. It says 3/4 of a cup, I just use 1 onion. And this recipe is so simple, it's one where you put everything in the crock pot and then just leave it for the day. Very simple ingredients. First of all, I sprayed the crock pot so it's nothing would stick. We've got cheeses in here and so forth. We've got a bag of hash browns. We're going to put half of it in here. We're going to do 2 layers of the same thing. The next thing to go is your ham or Canadian bacon is what the recipe called for. So any cooked meat, basically. You could do chicken. I had some leftover pulled pork and I was like, well, I'm going to put that in there. It's already flavored. It'll be good. But anyway, you could probably put anything you want in there. I had some rotisserie chicken I thought about using too. But I have more plans for that. Next is some cheese. It calls for 1 cup of sharp cheddar and 2 cups of mild. I only had sharp. So you do what you do, or we'll use what you have. And then salt and pepper, and then we'll do a second layer. So again, hash browns first, then your meat, your cheese, and your onions and your salt and pepper. And then on the very top we're going to use a can of cream of mushroom and a can of cream of chicken. The recipe said to pour the soups over the top of the mixture, so there's no mixing, they just lay on top. Alright, we're going to get our lid on and we're going to cook this for 5 hours on low. It was really good, lots of flavor, and boy did it make a lot. I had a little bit of rotisserie chicken on the side with mine, but here's the original recipe with the Canadian bacon or ham. This one said to put everything into the pressure cooker in the order it was listed in the ingredients. So what I'm doing here is getting my chopping my ginger. It said to get a 3-inch piece of fresh ginger, and that's to be chopped. So that was my first thing to do so that I could then proceed by adding everything as listed, as instructed. Now I will have all the ingredients at the end of this clip, as well as on our website, rblifeintheusa.com, and on the website we have the directions to follow also. So the first thing goes in is your diced tomatoes, and then the garlic, the ginger, and then the spices, which is a teaspoon of turmeric, cayenne pepper, paprika, garam masala, cumin powder. And once we've got everything in there, it says to give it a good stir before you add the chicken. Now I will say while I'm adding the chicken in here, this was not a meal that we are going to repeat. However, I did not want to just delete the footage, because if you like curry and sort of Indian flavored food, you may very much like this. It is not one of our favorites. I'm not a fan of curry. The garam masala is supposed to be sweeter than curry, so I wanted to give it a try, but just not our thing. But the ease of this recipe, and if you like Indian foods, you'll love this. So that's why I'm leaving it in here. So here we have the chicken on top. I was a little wary because there wasn't that much liquid in it, but I didn't get a burn notice. And this cooks for 10 minutes and then a natural release. Now I wanted to spiralize some noodles. I had some zucchini on steroids that wouldn't even fit in there unless I cut them off. But I wanted to show them to you. They were really huge. So I got the smaller ones and I got a spiralizer and I made zoodles. And you can serve this on that or rice, your choice. I did fry the zucchini and it was really good. And we're definitely going to do that again, especially with all the vegetables coming out of the garden. I quite enjoyed those. And surprisingly, Big Daddy didn't say, "Ugh, I don't want that again." He liked the zucchini noodles. Yeah, after the pressure had released, you take out the chicken and then blend the sauce. Now it says a immersion blender was the preferred choice. If you don't have one of those, you could put it in a regular blender to blend it up. I mean, whatever you have. Alright, and then we're going to set the Instant Pot to saute, and we're going to cut up the butter, and we're going to put in the cream and then the remaining garam masala and stir until all of that is well incorporated. Now it says after that to take out half the sauce and freeze for later or store in the fridge for 2 to 3 days. So I didn't do that because I felt like I wanted that much sauce on my chicken. So that's, as far as I'm concerned, optional. Or you could just take it out and do the chicken and pour on however much you want of the sauce. And there's several ways of doing that. Recipes, just a map, not a guideline. So you do, I thought that was plenty of sauce for my chicken. I didn't want any less. And then you just cut the chicken up. You don't want to shred it, just cut it into chunks. And then you put that back in the pot. Like I said, you could put it on your noodles or your rice and then pour as much sauce as you want on it. So those are options. Alright, time to fry up the zucchini. And I will also on the website put some, they do give suggestions on how to use the sauce later in different recipes, so I'll leave that in the directions so that you have that information as well. I just had the zucchini sitting on a paper towel to soak up some of the water. And that's what I pulled out when I poured it in. And there's the finished dish. It looked pretty. And we ate it. I'm just saying it's not up. You know, Indian's not our thing. But there's your ingredients. Hope you try it. Today we're going to do some fried pork chops. The first thing we're going to do is get our pork chops out and season them with some salt and pepper. You want to season both sides. Alright, now in this pan we're going to use our liquids, which is the buttermilk, and then I'm adding some hot sauce. Now that is optional, but we like things a little spicy. Again, the measurements will be at the end of this clip and also on our website, rblifeintheusa.com. And on the website, we'll also have directions to follow to make these meals. All right, we're going to get this mixed up. And put our pork chops in here and let them soak while we get our dry ingredients ready. Now you can refrigerate this up to 6 hours, the pork chops soaking, or you can use them right away. I used them right away because we were out all day and I didn't get a chance to put them in there earlier. Now for our dry ingredients, we're going to put in the flour, I'm going to run over to the pantry and grab my cornstarch. I was a little short on cornstarch, but I used up what I had and put it on the grocery list. And then we're going to go get our seasonings. We'll put the salt and pepper on first. We're going to put in some onion powder, garlic powder, and paprika. We'll get this all mixed up. Now I use the induction cooktop for this so I could get my oil at 350 degrees, which is required by the recipe. I have no way of knowing when I'm using propane. Even my meat thermometer wasn't working today, and I don't have an oil or thermometer that would work on oil, so the induction it was. Now we're going to get our pork chops out of the liquid into the flour and plop them in the pan. You want to cook the pork chops till they're cooked through with an internal temperature of 145 degrees and nicely browned. Once we've got our pork chops out, we're going to make room to do my sides. Now you can serve your pork chops with any side of choice. There is in the ingredients at the end and also on the website a way to make the white gravy, and with milk and butter and flour. But I already had a packet of white gravy, so I just used that. It's basically put the water in, get it boiling, and then mix in the gravy mixture. Also on the side, I did some very quick mashed potatoes. I love these. They go in the microwave for 3 minutes, take them out, stir them, plop them back in for 3 more, and they're done. And then I also had baked beans. So once that water's boiling, we put in our gravy mix, and that'll thicken up. It was delicious. The whole meal was great. I don't do a lot of frying, in fact, very rarely. It's probably been 6 months to a year since I ever fried anything outside of in the air fryer. So Big Daddy thoroughly enjoyed this. And there's the finished plate, and here are your ingredients for the pork chops, the dredging mixture, and then the milk gravy at the end. Today, Big Daddy is doing the cooking. This is a meal he used to make when he was on the road working on his own. He calls it a bachelor dinner. You'll hear him say that later. Anyway, he was having a great time. I think he thought he was the male version of Vanna White here, but love him to death. He's so funny. Cracks me up, keeps me laughing. So the first thing he did was chop the vegetables. And, well, let me back up. The first thing he did was start the rice. You want to get the rice cooked. And also, shortly, he'll put the sausage in the frying pan. That way, when he gets all the vegetables chopped up, they're ready to go. He did give me a list of ingredients and directions for this, so I'll have the ingredients at the end of this clip, and of course on our website, the directions will be there also. So he's already done the zucchini, now he's working on the bell peppers. And you can put whatever you want in this. The last time he made it, he didn't use the zucchini. So any vegetables that you want to put in will work. Now for the onions. Alright, moving over to the stove and get the sausage cooking. And I sped this up. And once the sausage is about halfway done, you want to add your vegetables. If it was me, I'd put mushrooms in here, but Big Daddy doesn't like mushrooms. Okay, and now just give it a good stir. Put the lid on and let all the vegetables cook through. Now, unfortunately, the camera shut off before he added the rice and the tomatoes, so Big Daddy's going to finish off talking to y'all about his meal here.
I know the camera cut off while I was still prepping this meal, getting it cooked and everything. This is a very simple, easy recipe. You can add to it whatever you want in vegetables. It's something that I came up with a long time ago, and it usually all gets eaten. But if you brown your sausage a little bit, not all the way cooked, because it's going to continue to cook when you put the vegetables in. As you've seen, we put vegetables in the frying pan. Use a very large skillet of some kind, because this makes a lot. Cut your vegetables up, have your meat cooking, cut your vegetables up, have your rice already cooking, because as soon as the vegetables get just about done, you're going to pour the rice on top of it. And then you'll take your 2 cans of stewed tomatoes and put in with it also. But it is I don't have a name for it. Bubbles came up with Big Daddy's dinner. I verbally gave Bubbles the directions on how to cook this and the ingredients that I use. And believe me, I added zucchini to it yesterday, and it really turned out even better than I've ever made it before. So I hope you enjoy it. The cucumber little side dish that we had, I just sliced up some cucumbers, put them in a bowl, and then covered them with zesty Italian dressing and let them soak for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half before the meal. And I cut up some tomato and put in it. So it's very good. It's a very good side dish for this meal. And believe it or not, 2 pots on a bowl is all we messed up. It's what I call a bachelor meal. I used to make it when I was on the road by myself. But anyway, hope you enjoy it. Look at RVLifeinUSA.com website. The directions and the ingredients that I used will be there. Please, I hope you try it. I hope you enjoy it. And give us a thumbs up for the video if you like it. Maybe I'll cook again. Thank you. Bye.
Well, thank you for joining me. I'll see you next Monday for another Menu Monday. Y'all take care. Love y'all. Bye-bye.